So I grew up in a household where people think it's, impossible to have an income without a job, impossible to have an income without a 9 to 5, impossible to make a living for yourself without depending on somebody else. And I never really liked that. I never really liked having to depend on someone for your livelihood. I never really liked, working for scraps and just so the owner could live out his best life. I never really liked it. And I'm not saying, you know, jobs are bad because, somebody have to work them, but it, there's always a group of people who wants to excel and do more. Now, I left my job about 6, 7 months ago, and it's the best thing and the worst thing. Now, the best thing is I have the freedom to do what I want and pursue what I actually want. And this is kind of like what I want from my job. It's like I want the comfortability of the income, but at the same time pursue what I want. And obviously it doesn't happen that way unless you're extremely, extremely lucky. And I haven't been so lucky so far. And the bad part about it is you lose your income, or you lose majority of your income, and you lose a routine, and you lose, the comfortability. Now about the routine, because it's a love hating thing. As humans, you wanna have something to wake up to. You wanna, look forward to something, be able to do something, and it's nothing wrong with a routine. But I'm the type of person, I can't do the monotonous. Every day is the same thing. Like, life is too short for that. Every day is the same. From Monday to Friday is the same. Like, there's nothing exciting, nothing new. And you give all your time to, you know, the big boss, and you're so tired when you get off, you don't even have time to do anything for yourself. You can't even fulfill anything you're passionate about because you're putting in 10, 12 hours. I've worked at jobs where I put in 16 hours. 16. Like 7 in the morning to like 11 at night. That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I've been unemployed for a while, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it crushes your spirit. It crushes your spirit. It crushes your soul. The first month or two is fine because you're like, okay, I'm free. I've taken the shackles off. I'm free. And you have your little savings, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna pursue what I want to pursue. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna create what I want to create. I'm gonna make a life for myself. And you do it. You do it. You do it. You do pursuing your goals, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. The thing about life is, you need other people to validate your success. So you need other people to validate your success so you can bring income in. You can't create something or whatever. You might be an expert at it, but you can't create something and say, okay, well, and receive money from it without receiving the validation from the public. So you need validation. That's why people do YouTube. That's why a lot of creators don't get paid off YouTube. Because you could be the best creator in the world. You could make the best top notch edits, Mr. Beast style, whatever. But if you're not getting views, if the publics don't view your videos as valuable or entertaining or whatever, then you're technically not successful. You need the public to validate your success. And that's unfortunate, but That's why when a lot of people say, "Well, I don't care what people think." Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to. But yeah, so I do this thing in my life where I get a job and I realize I'll work it for a few months, maybe up to a year, and I realize I'm getting paid pennies. Well, I knew I was getting paid pennies in the beginning, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just use this as a stepping stone and stack my way up. And once I'm there for like a year, I'm like, I'm like, okay, these people, I know these people kind of like fucking me over. And I'm like, dang, I really want to achieve my dreams. I can't see myself being the 50-year-old co-worker, working with the 20-year-old in the warehouse. I just can't see myself doing that. Like I wanna live my life. It's like I'm not living my life. I'm just breathing. I'm just breathing and working. I'm not living my life. I wanna live my life. Like I'm only here for a short time. What you mean? I can't travel to this place and travel to that place and enjoy these foods and I know all that stuff is money. You need money for all that stuff, but it's not even that I want the money. I just want the experience. I just want the memories, but you need money to do that. So money is just like it just opens the gates basically. It just opens the gates. But I'm not necessarily in love with money. If I had enough just to be financial free, I'll be completely fine. If that was 100K, 200K, 300K, I'll be completely fine. I don't need Jeff Bezos' bank account. I don't need Oprah's bank account. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Like so, like I said, I come from a place where you know you need a job to make money. You need a job to have income, because my parents, they didn't grow up in a time where social media, the internet was a thing. So all they know is work for the money, work for the money, work for the money, work for somebody else for the money. They never had like a business or entrepreneur mindset. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because they raised a family off of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to step outside of the mold. I want to be different. I want to step outside of the mold. And unfortunately, I know in the back of their mind they think that something like that is not possible, because something like that only happens to other people. What's the chances of it happening to you? It only happens to other people. What chance of happening to you? And in a way, they're right. A lot of this takes luck. Don't matter how good you are, a lot of this takes luck. And most of the dreams people want are in the entertainment field, because people think entertainment, music, sports, art, whatever, content creator, they think those are the stairway or the elevator out of poverty, because when you grow up, that's what you look up to. You look up to people, on the TV screen, in the movie screen, magazines, and those are people you deem as successful. Those are people you look up to. Yes, a doctor and a lawyer is successful, but nobody, you don't really grow up seeing, you know, you don't really grow up seeing, oh, well, my hero, or I look up to this lawyer or this, you know, culinary chef. No, you don't. Unless those professions are around you growing up, you don't really see, because the jobs you see around you growing up is people are miserable. You don't see people technically making it to any, you know, really success in their lives. So you want to be the people you see on the TV screen with the big houses and the flashy cars and the jewelry and the women and the yachts, and that's what you see. So that's what you want to be. So that's why a lot of people aspire to be some sort of entertainer. If you ask anybody what their dream is, what their goal is, they want to be some sort of entertainer entrepreneur. Some sort of entertainer entrepreneur. And that's a goal that's extremely, extremely hard to reach. It's no different than like wanting to be a doctor or lawyer, because but no, but being a doctor or lawyer is extremely, extremely hard to reach. But it's not really about luck. Those careers not really about luck. Those are just working hard. Being what I'm talking about, the entertainer route, those are, it's hard work, but it's also mainly luck. It's, the stars just have to align for you. Yeah, but like I said, I've been unemployed for about a minute, a few months, a lot of months, and as much as as much as I hate the 9 to 5 and the monotonous and the having someone own my time and I can't do what I want, at some point you have no choice. You have to bow down to the system. Either you bow down and do what they say, or you go in the streets. And I hate that I have to be like that. So now I'm in the process of finding a new job and tucking my tail in. As much as I don't want to, but I have to do it. And finding a job is like I promise you, finding a job is a humiliation ritual. You need a job to find a job. You need a job to find a job. It's like nobody's calling you back. Nobody's this. Nobody's that. And that's why. That's why I really wanna. I really wanna make something of myself. I really wanna make something of myself. And I know it's there's a lot of luck going to it, but I really want it bad. And a lot of people want it bad. There's so many people doing jobs right now that they don't like. So many people. And they can't leave because they got obligations and whatever. But I've strictly limited my obligations to what's in my life, strictly so I could not feel like I'm obligated to stay at a 9 to 5 and I can't pursue what I want to pursue. That's why I don't have kids. That's why I don't have a wife, because I don't want those obligations where I have to provide for somebody else. And I gotta say, you know what? My dreams ain't cutting it. And I got a family, so I can't do it. But it's gonna come a day when I'm gonna just have to say, fuck it, dog. My dreams ain't happening, and I have to do what I gotta do now, and I gotta prepare for retirement and bum. And most people who have jobs don't even have money to retire. Don't even have money to retire, but yeah. I don't know. That's just a long ass rant. But yeah, it's like a lot of people have dreams. And my dreams ain't no better than your dreams. Everybody wanna be successful. What success looks like to you, I don't know. Me and success might look different. But everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to have a good life. Everybody wants to have a good life. And I'm gonna be honest. Everybody can't have a good life. You gotta have some people at the bottom. Life is balance. I hate to say it, but life is balance. Everybody can't live their dreams. Everybody can't. A lot of people, for you to live good, a lot of people have to struggle. That's why the world is so low vibrational. It's meant for you to not get out. It's meant for you to not escape. Because Nobody really has the mindset to escape. Everybody is so, working for material items and working for dopamine, alcohol, parties, whatever. Imagine working for 20 years, but for somebody, but you're not just working for the weekend. You're working to fund your business on the side. A lot of people don't use their money for nothing, good. They get their money, they pay their rent, their bills, and once that's done, then it's pretty much party money after that. Pretty much, you know, whatever your addiction may be. But yeah, I just wanted to rant a little bit because I'm so tired of this never ending life cycle, job cycle. Getting a job, getting a job, leaving a job, getting a job, leaving a job, getting a job, leaving a job. I'm at the point now, like, I'm at the point now I'm about to say, fuck my dreams and just be miserable. Just be miserable at the job. At least I'll be comfortable. I'll never be rich. I'll never live the life I want to be. I'll never travel across the world and do this and do that and experience different cultures. But fuck it, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I got a house. I got a car. I'm comfortable. And I see why a lot of people, push their dreams to the side. Because nobody, not everybody want to take a risk. Not everybody want to take a risk and risk their future and their income, and not everyone want to take the risk. But you have to take the risk. You have to take the risk. To be successful, you have to take a risk. Unless you're born into some well-off family or accepted into some hierarchy social group, you have to take a risk. And just because you take a risk, that doesn't mean you're going to succeed. That's what I used to think. I used to think, if I take this risk, I'm going to exceed it. This is not going to happen. Sometimes you take the risk and you fail. Sometimes you take the risk and you fail. But sometimes you got to fail 1,000 times just to win one. Just keep in mind, it's like 8 billion people in this world. And everybody trying to claw their way out of the race. And only a few select actually makes it out. And those are the ones you see on the TV screens and on your phone and on social media. And you see them shining, but you don't see is all the work they put in to get there, or all the work they didn't put in. You never know how somebody got to where they got. But yeah, like, I'm just trying to make an income. I'm just trying to prove to my family, like, you can make an income without a job. You can make an income without a 9 to 5, the traditional 9 to 5. You can make an income without a traditional 9 to 5. But, people from older generations, they just don't see it that way. They feel like you have to work for somebody. You have to. I mean, everybody got to work. Sometimes people got to work for somebody. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to. I'm trying to. Times has changed. Shit has changed. Shit different. You don't have to work for nobody to bring in an income. You just got to have a lot of. Right now, social media is king. I'm not on social media right now, but social media is king. I'm on YouTube right now. I'll probably make a video on that at a later date. But influence is king. Attention is king. You watching this video is attention. Attention is king. Attention brings the dollars. But there's also a downside to that, because now people do crazy shit for attention. People do crazy shit for attention because they know the more views, the more dollars. But there's a lot of people who's become successful off of the internet. And they don't have to work a traditional 9 to 5. They still got to work, but it's more on their terms. But yeah, I just want to prove that you don't have to be work a traditional job to have a good life and bring an income. Um, but yeah, like, yeah, people think we have to be. People think, but in the newer world, the newer generation, like 30 and under, they think you have to be like some type of celebrity to have a good life. You have to be, you know, a top NBA player or gamer or Twitch streamer or TikToker or Instagram. They think you have to be a celebrity to have a good life, to live the best life. So everybody strives to be a celebrity. Listen, I could do without the fame. I could do without the fame. If I could, if I could if I could be an entrepreneur and God just put the idea in my head to the thing I need to create, and I could do without the fame, I could do it. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. I don't need to be super rich. I don't need the latest Lamborghini. I just want to be good. I just want to be good. I just want to be good. But anyway, that's all pretty much I want to say. That's pretty much all I want to say. And I just want to prove to myself that yes, I might have to, you know, kiss a little ass before I can kick ass, but at the end of the day, I just want my freedom. I want my freedom, and I'm just doing what I can do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I think I need to be doing to buy my freedom back. And I know, and there's a lot of people on this road too, so it's not just me. But yeah, anyway though, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I appreciate y'all listening, and I'm out. Peace.